Tonight, the fierce fight being waged by Ukrainian forces against the Russian invasion. Massive new explosions in Ukraine's largest cities. Russia accused of using cluster bombs on civilians. The rising toll, at least 7 children among the dead. Ukraine's forces standing their ground. Drone video appearing to show them taking out a Russian convoy. But outside the capital, another Russian convoy stretching some 17 miles. The two sides meeting for high-stakes talks after Vladimir Putin put his nuclear forces on high alert. And now the investigation being launched. Has Russia committed war crimes? Also the mass exodus, more than 500,000 Ukrainians fleeing the country, families torn apart, the mounting humanitarian crisis, and the growing impact of sanctions. The U.S. today freezing Russia's central bank as the ruble crashes. Panicked Russians lining up at ATMs for cash. And tonight, the new data on Pfizer's COVID vaccine. How effective is it for kids 5 to 11? It comes as several more states announce they're lifting their mask mandates in schools. What parents need to know. And the stark warning on climate change. What a new UN report says must be done right now to avoid the worst impacts.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, everyone. Ukraine's army of soldiers and citizen soldiers have stunned the world with their tenacity and resolve. But Russian troops are not rolling over, but in fact rolling forward. Peace talks going nowhere today as Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv, came under intense shelling attack. Satellite images capture a miles-long Russian convoy of armored vehicles that could soon be headed to the capital of Kyiv. Russia now bringing to bear 3/4 of its invasion force as it tries to regain momentum and choke off Ukrainian cities. But Russia feeling a squeeze of its own. More nations of the world, including normally neutral Switzerland, stepping up to isolate the Russian economy. Tonight, as the number of refugees flowing out of Ukrainian cities reaches 500,000, the International Criminal Court says it's opening an investigation into possible war crimes. Our correspondents are in place overseas and here in Washington. Richard Engel starts us off from the front lines.
Many U.S. intelligence officials predicted the Ukrainian military would have collapsed by now.